Something interesting is happening with electric vehicles. The number of new registrations is going up while a lot of things are headwinds against electric vehicles. First of all, Tesla sales are going down. Tesla is the largest volume electric vehicle manufacturer, and their sales are down. At the same time, you're having more and more headwinds against the incentives and the cash payouts and the tax deductions because of the new administration coming into office. In spite of all that, electric vehicle registrations are going up. What does that mean? Is the market going to start switching to electric vehicles? I don't think so. I think that more and more people are looking at electric vehicles maybe as a second or third car, not necessarily their primary vehicle. They're looking at it as a way to have a commuter car around town, maybe a car for somebody in high school, a kid in college, or their commuter vehicle, not their everyday or vacation car, long distance car. And electric vehicles have a place, but they're very much different from other types of vehicles. Their range is different. Their charging is different. You can't just pop into a gas station and fill up in 2 minutes. And the operation of them is different. The maintenance is different. There's a place for it in people's everyday driving, but probably not the primary vehicle for most automotive uses. I think what's happening is more and more people who would have never considered an electric vehicle are now starting to look at it as that option, especially since they're seeing some of them be so cheap. In the used market, you're seeing used Teslas that were $50,000, $60,000 under $20,000. You're starting to see some used vehicles like the Chevy Bolt near $10,000. The fact that gasoline traditional vehicles. You will be back in your video in just a few seconds. In the meantime, remember that actualhuman.com offers you live one-on-one private video consultation with an expert in this exact subject. We want to listen to your story. We want to hear your questions. We want to give you expert advisement of your options and tell you what we know about your particular situation. Now back to your video. I've gone up so much in price and used car values are through the roof. People are saying, hey, wait a minute. Instead of spending $40,000 or $35,000 on a used regular gas car, I could spend half that and get an electric vehicle. I really didn't want an EV, but it's basically half price, and you might save some money on gas. You do have to make sure that it fits your lifestyle, but there are a lot of used electric vehicles being dumped into the marketplace. And here's the other thing. The repair and maintenance and used up value of these is not the same as a gas car. Gas cars have what's called internal combustion engine or reciprocating engine. Think about those two words, combustion, reciprocating. That means lots of moving parts. Combustion is literally explosions happening inside of an engine. Those put a lot of wear and tear on the power plant, on the powertrain. Electric vehicles don't have a combustion engine. They don't have a reciprocating engine. They have electric engines, electric motors, which are the same things you have in your washing machine. Washing machines last 10, 15, 20 years. At least the motor does. Electric motors in everyday life last decades because they don't have reciprocating parts. It just moves one direction. It doesn't go back and forth, back and forth. So an EV with 100,000 miles might not be the same as a gas car with 100,000 miles. Sure, you have to replace tires and brakes, but even brakes have less wear and tear than brakes on a gasoline car, because on a electric vehicle, part of the braking comes from regenerating the battery. So you don't have to have brake pads that wear out and have friction. There's a lot of things about electric vehicles that make the used market a lot more appealing, at least to look at. Not necessarily to make a decision on, a firm decision, but at least to look to see if it matches your use for your second or third or other family member vehicle. Thank you for watching. Remember, you can access live one-on-one personal consultations with a licensed private investigator, a licensed commercial insurance broker, licensed certified real estate title examiner, also a certified civil court mediator. So if you have a need to talk to an expert in any of these fields, or even a licensed building general contractor, you can click the link below, actualhuman.com, and arrange a live, one-on-one, undivided attention with a licensed expert where you can ask any questions, get information about your situation, and we'd be glad to help.